What if the animated kids show, Codename Kids Next Door, actually started as a video game? Imagine if Tom Warburton, the show's creator, instead of going to Cartoon Network, pitched his idea to a gaming studio like Blizzard, Activision, or Rockstar Games. Well, Phill here with Universe Animated, and in this video, we're going to explore that reality. We'll explore what would happen if the Kids Next Door franchise started as a video game. Now, yes, I am aware KND already has a pair of video games based on the show in Operation Soda from 2004 on Game Boy Advance and Operation Video Game from 2005 for PS2, Xbox, and GameCube. But these what ifs are like alternate histories for our favorite animated movies and shows. Imagine if Kim Possible was a Netflix original, or if The Pineapple Under the Sea was built by Disney instead of Nickelodeon. For our K&D scenario, we'll pick a genre for the game, storylines, and bosses, and lastly, a console to play it on. For this to work, I think we have to recommission a few operatives by refreshing our memories of the series a bit. Codename Kids Next Door is widely regarded as one of the best kids shows of the 2000s. In July 2001, its pilot episode, ironically focused on Adult Swim at a local pool, was pitted against 11 others in Cartoon Network's The Big Pick fan contest and won. Once greenlit, the show ran for 6 seasons with 81 episodes and produced 2 TV movies. The series follows 5 10-year-old agents from KND's Sector V. Number 1, the legendary Nigel Uno. Number 2, the aerospace fanatic Hoagie Gilligan. Number 3, the eccentric Kuki Samban. Number 4, the more reserved, laid-back Wallaby Beetles. And number 5, Abigail Lincoln. That's how you say her name because that's how cool she is. But they face off against various adult villains, including a whacked-out dentist, a hyperactive candy pirate, and a maniacal soda pop tycoon. Another unique detail about KND was their 2x4 technology, which they used to craft weapons, vehicles, and devices to combat adult tyranny. The world of KND is tremendous, extending all the way out to their moon-based HQ. Even further if they picked up the galactic KND pilot. However, as you can see, we have all the elements of a pretty decent game here. With that, let's now get into what genre the game would be. I think everyone will agree that because of the vast world, hundreds of operatives, and enough weapons and vehicles to invade a small country, a proper KND video game would be a MMO RPG. MMOs combine typical role-playing elements with deep open-world collaboration. This is the perfect genre for the diverse world of the KND. Let's say you pick one of the 5 operatives or create your own. There is more than enough to do between improving combat skills and learning 2x4 technology. You have the chance to rise up the ranks and land a comfy spot on the moon base. You can choose to go anti-KND and side with the adults. In later seasons of the show, we discovered there is a real lineage behind the KND as an organization, totally worth exploring in the right video game. So if you agree KND has all the components for a great MMO, we can now talk about who's going to be making the title. I would give this project to Blizzard Entertainment. For nearly 4 decades, Blizzard has specialized in open worlds with deep lore. Yes, World of Warcraft is an easy comparison, but I think Blizzard has mastered the genre altogether. A KND world built by Blizzard will include all the unique details about every operative. We could most likely have different classes or specialized identities depending on the style of agent you want to be. By 2002, Blizzard had already established itself as the top name in this category. Though they focused on an older PC gaming audience, this could have directly injected them into the kids market, competing with the likes of Pokemon, Sonic, and Mega Man. But let's go a bit deeper and talk about the story, the bosses, and of course the console. Staying true to Blizzard's pick up and play style, the storyline should be pretty simple, but challenging enough to keep us engaged. Players create an operative from one of 5 classes modeled after the original operatives of Sector V. Next, you'll pick a sector to determine where you'll start the game. You'll go on missions, meeting all the characters in the KND universe. 2x4 technology will definitely be the most important element in this game, and you'll spend a lot of time finding items and crafting 2x4 tech. The goal? goal would be to rise up the ranks of the KND and help manage global operations. But we all know no game or journey is complete without a few obstacles, or a mini-boss and a main boss. Let's start with the mini one. For a mini boss, my pick is Grandma Stuff'em. I thought she was the toughest villain, conceptually at least, they faced in the show. Stuff'ems leads an army of disgusting, probably undercooked sentient food. Imagine fighting waves of spinach monsters, onion creatures, and liver beasts. On top of that, you have her kaiju-sized pastrami and rye, the Slamwich. And don't forget, Grandma herself is no slouch in one-on-one combat either. But beating her would be fairly easy, as she is only powered by a horde of hamsters running on wheels that generate power for her kitchen and probably extensive food empire. Just like in the series though, freeing the hamsters takes her power, putting it into all that craziness. Now, with the mini-boss in place, let's talk about the main boss. For the main boss, I thought they should be formidable, as well as tell a bit more of the backstory. For that, the best pick is Chad Dixon, aka number 274. Defeating 274 is the most adequate way to complete this KND game. 274 served as supreme leader of the KND and even trained the legendary number 1, Nigel Uno. Our game would take you right up to the moment when everything changes. For starters, when 274 ages out at 13, he actually resists being decommissioned. He is then discovered to be a sleeper agent for the TND, also known as the Teenagers Next Door. By this point, you should pretty much understand what the TND were. They were the antithesis of the KND, just teenagers. But his parents are also villains, operating as Mega Mom and Destructo Dad, two very formidable forces for the KND in the series. His story also introduces number 362, Rachel McKenzie, who ultimately replaces him as supreme leader of the KND. I think that gives us a chance to show not only the history, but the importance of the KND as an organization. So with everything else in place, let's now talk about what console we're gonna play this game on. I thought it was best to pick a console from that time period. A console that made a name for itself with titles like Fable, Elder Scrolls, and Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic. The original Xbox is a great fit because it also became a landing spot for recognized IP. We can point to many examples of Xbox games that show it can handle this KND title. We can look at the cel-shaded futuristic punk vibe of the rollerblading street kids of Jet Set Radio Future, or for team-based combat, in my personal opinion, X-Men Legends is still a gem to this very day. And we all know that once Grand Theft Auto landed on Xbox consoles, it altered the path of open world gaming development forever. Xbox had all the bells and whistles for a great KND game, and it also could have kept Blizzard in the console gaming world a little bit longer, but granted, they had a very good reason to stick to the PC once World of Warcraft became a cultural phenomenon. Simply put though, I thought KND was one of many franchises from my childhood that could have been much bigger. What would the animation landscape look like if this summer we were waiting on KND alongside Toy Story 5 and Minions and Monsters? For these what ifs, guys, that's the whole goal. We can even flip the premise we used in this video and discuss a series that is not animated and probably explore a timeline where it is. These what if stories let us view our favorite properties through a whole new lens. So with that, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And y'all know what I want you to do. Stay animated out there. And I'll see you in the next one.